How do global migration patterns create new languages? Have you ever wondered how new languages come into being? It's fascinating to think that when people move from one place to another, they bring their languages and cultures along. This mixing of languages can lead to the creation of entirely new forms of communication. Let's break down how this happens in a fun and easy way. First, when people from different language backgrounds live together, their languages come into contact. This interaction can lead to changes in how they speak. They might borrow words or phrases from each other, creating a unique blend of languages. Sometimes, when groups that do not share a common language need to communicate, they create a new simple language called a pidgin. Pidgins have basic vocabulary and simple grammar. They often borrow most of their words from the dominant language but mix in features from other languages. A great example of this is Nigerian Pidgin English, which developed through interactions among diverse groups. Now, what happens when a pidgin becomes the first language of a community? It can grow into a creole. Creoles are fully developed languages with their own grammar and vocabulary. Haitian Creole and Jamaican patois are two examples of creoles that formed through migration and the mixing of different language groups. Migration also leads to the creation of new dialects. These are variations of a language influenced by the languages spoken by migrants. For instance, Singlish in Singapore blends English with Malay, Chinese, and other languages. This shows how diverse groups can shape language together. Another interesting aspect is code switching. This is when migrants switch between languages or mix them in conversations. It reflects how people adapt their language use to different social situations. It also helps them maintain connections to their cultural identities. Over time, migrant communities might gradually shift toward the dominant language of their new home. This can lead to new forms of speech that reflected both their original culture and the new one they are part of. Language similarity plays a role in migration patterns too. People often migrate to places where the language is similar to their own. This makes it easier to communicate and settle in, which affects how languages mix and change in those areas. By understanding these concepts, students can see how migration shapes the way people speak. They can also learn how new languages can emerge from the blending of different cultures. Activities like role-playing conversations in pidgins or creating word maps of blended languages can make learning about global migration and language exciting and interactive.